Welcome to the Jesus Path, Come Be Rescued podcast by Peggy Fink. Have you read the scripture verse about the scarecrow in the cucumber field? No, it's not a joke. In Jeremiah 10:5 it says, "Their gods are like helpless scarecrows in a cucumber field." Now when I read this, I really thought, wait a minute, I don't remember ever reading this before. But it was there. And then it really reinforced that our God is aware of our everyday lives. But I have to tell you, I still don't remember reading this verse. My visual is a bunch of cucumbers on the ground facing a wooden scarecrow. But over time, that scarecrow weathers and falls apart. The cucumbers, if not picked, will rot right into the ground. And yet God is using this scenario to teach the Israelites that idolatry brings destruction. The Lord is really using this as an example or description of other nations' gods. Jeremiah goes on to say, they, the gods, cannot speak, and they need to be carried because they cannot walk. Do not be afraid of such gods, for they can neither harm you nor do any good. I thought about how a scarecrow is put together. Most times, a farmer goes out back behind some shed and gets some old boards and puts them together to create a tea. Then he gets some old clothes and hangs them on it. If he wants to be creative, he adds some kind of head, maybe a hat. Here, God is comparing other nations' gods to this leftover piece of wood thing. They would build their gods from the materials our God created. We're told in Jeremiah 10:3 and 4, they cut down a tree, and a craftsman carves an idol. They decorate it with gold and silver, and then fasten it securely with hammer and nails so it won't fall over. Can you imagine our God falling over? Not me. Doesn't that sound, though, like exactly what a farmer does to create a scarecrow? It doesn't sound like a God to me. I think it's amazing how the Lord uses our everyday things, like scarecrows, to teach us and help us to learn about Him. There's more. Jeremiah 10:8 says, people who worship idols are stupid and foolish. The things they worship are made of wood. There's no one like our God because He doesn't need to be created. Psalm 100 states, acknowledge that the Lord is God. He made us, and we are His. We are His people, the sheep of His pasture. The idols had to be carried, but the good news is that our God has carried us before we were born. From Isaiah 46, He tells us, I will be your God throughout your lifetime, until your hair is white with age. I made you, and I will care for you. I will carry you along and save you. The Lord created us and carries us, even with gray hair. Lord, there is no one like you, for you are great, and your name is full of power. From Jeremiah 10:6. So in Scripture, read about daily life, like scarecrows and cucumbers and gray hair. But the Lord made the earth, and by His power everything comes about. Idols like scarecrows are worthless. Idols cannot create and have no power. Remember, the Lord is our God. Look, examine your life to see if there are idols, old wooden teas decorated that are not worth anything. And remember, Proverbs 3 verses 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek His will in all you do, and He will show you which path to take. Blessings as the Lord is your God, who created you, you and me, and who carries you throughout your whole lifetime.